Hello. You might remember that last week I sampled a bunch of my colored pencils and did some blending and commented about how I felt about how each one of the brands shown here worked and what I liked about them. And then I realized after I made the video that I completely forgot to include another set of pencils that I have, which is the Castle Arts Harmonious set. The picture of the colors that come in this set are the beginning, the thumbnail of this video. They are all sort of sage greens, purples. I like to think of them as like fairy colors. They totally vibe with me. And so I bought the set because I was like, yes, I love these colors. And I've been using them once in a while to do some, coloring book work where I just want it to be all in that color tone, that color family. And so I thought, okay, let's do some blending with it. And because I don't have reds and yellows, I'm going to just use, let's see, we've got aloe green and beetroot. Those are the two colors I'm going to do blending with on the same 4 colors of paper that I used last week. All right, so let's start with this beetroot. All right, well, it puts the color down nicely. It's not as soft as the Prismacolor and the Holbein, but it's definitely softer than the Staedtler. And it's softer than the Derwent, I think. Let's see how the blending goes. Now this aloe green is a very, very light green. So I can see it's barely showing up in the video, but I want to show what it looks like when you build the layer of color on it. So this is a second layer. The second layer is starting to show. And it blends pretty well on itself. It's smooth. It's got a nice feel to it. Again, a very pale color, but that's how this set of colors goes. There's a lot of shades, and I intentionally picked a light one for this blending to see how does it look now when I go over it. So this is the aloe green on top of the beetroot color. And it is kind of smoothing down. So you're getting that sort of softer lens effect. And now the beetroot over the green. Definitely blends nice, but you see the beetroot is definitely stronger. You're not seeing much of the green showing up here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a darker color. About a gray. I'm going to try the pewter and see how that works, just to see how that shows up on the white here. So again, beetroot. And this is the difference between the aloe green and the pewter. So the pewter should show up nicer in the video for you. There we go. Maybe I'll do all 3 colors here and see how they go. So the overlap here. All right, so we do get that fast second coat blend in. This is 3rd coat. When I come back over the pewter with the beetroot, look at kind of nice. These are nice pencils. They have a very nice matte coating on the outside. They're very comfortable. The lead feels relatively thick. Definitely better to me than a Crayola would be. I'm going to do the aloe. Excuse me. Now you can kind of see how green the aloe is next to the pewter. The gray brings out that green. These colors just work so nicely together. Whoever designed this set was really nice work. So yeah, you can see on the lead, it picks up some of the, I don't know if we can focus on it. It picks up some of the color that you went over. You can see it on the tip. See how it comes off on my finger. So it's blending, it's pushing around, it's lifting up a little bit. All right, so that's it on white. Let's try our lovely sepia tone. Okay, I'm going to put it near the family of, these are the pencils I think it's most similar to, the Polychromos, the Holbein, and the Prismacolor. I think this is definitely, the Castle Arts is definitely in that sort of family of pencil, with the thicker lead and a softer lead. Right, here's the pewter. And I'm going to overlap. Look at the color that pops here. That's neat. And then this is the aloe green going in another direction. See how it... Now this aloe green on the sepia looks like a very light gray. And you get some blending there. So you see the aloe green is keeping the color in a warmer shade, whereas the pewter definitely brought the beetroot into a cooler shade, it feels to me. All right, and if we bring the beetroot on top, it retains a lot of its color on the aloe. As well as on the pewter. So it doesn't have a smooth, I think you'd have to do multiple layers to get as smooth a feel as you would get out of like a Holbein. But it's still really nice colors, a nice quality pencil. If you don't want to spend the money on a Holbein set, I could see where a Castle Arts set might be a good, a good compromise. Let's see, I'm going to put it right here. This is the Prismacolor. This is the Holbein. This is the Polychromos. I'm going to put it right here by the Polychromos because I think I'm finding that it feels most similar to a Polychromos, which are by Faber-Castell. This is the pewter. The pewter does not show up on the denim very well, but it does make the blend well on the denim. So if you wanted that sort of softer. And then this is the aloe green, which now pops on the denim pretty well. Again, looks like a very light gray rather than a green, right? So you can see the lead looks one way, but on the paper, I don't know if it's showing up as much on the camera, but in person the lead is definitely a bit greener than what it shows as it blends. All right, so you can see the difference between the pewter blend and the aloe green blend on the denim. The lighter color definitely shows through. And this blending might be affected by the different types of paper used, right? The texture of the denim paper is very smooth, so it might not be laying down the color the same way. All right, now we're going to come to what has quickly become one of my favorite papers after doing this. This is a jet black card paper from a brand called Artgecko. And I had gotten this as a sample paper when I had subscribed to one of those monthly boxes. And unfortunately, I live in America and Artgecko only delivers in England or in the UK area. So for me to buy one of these it would be like $30 or more for like $1 a sheet for a pad. It's like kind of expensive right now. So I'm just going to enjoy my little square while I have it. But this is some of the nicest, smoothest black paper I've ever used. I want to see if my store can carry it. That would be great if I can get it. All right, so we're going to go. This is Prismacolor, Holbein, and Faber-Castell. This is the Staedtler Norris, the Derwent Chromaflow, and the Uniposca. The Uniposca I remember being very, very soft as well and having some good blends. So I'm going to put this again by this family. I want to see how it looks relative to how, but look how nicely this pencil on this paper. Oh, I'm in love with this paper. So again, like you have to really know your tools, right? Know what tools do what for you, and what you're looking to get out of it. This is the second, third coat right here. But look how like it really gets a nice, it's not leaving any spots behind really. So use the right pencils, use the right paper to get the effect or the experience you're wanting to have. All right, we're going to do Aloe Green, which should pop on this very dark black. All right, there's one pass through. And another. So it blends pretty well. It covers over. Now we're going to try the pewter to see how a slightly darker blend will go. The other pewter almost looks the same on this paper. Look at that. Look how much these look alike. These are two very different colors. But laying it on the paper, they're very, very similar on the black. Which, again, depending what you're looking to do, could be what you want. But look how that second pass through fills in so much of the gappage where the paper is like disappearing on the second pass. That's only two covers. I mean, that's incredible. That's kind of cool. And I think, again, it has to do with the paper as well as the pencil. Let's try to do a quick beetroot over it. See how beetroot looks on top instead of underneath. So depending how you blend it, right, which color you do second, it gets a different effect. So that's why we have to play with our art, right? We shouldn't sit down and do art and have it be expecting that we're going to do a final draft and make something perfect every time. That's why we have sketchbooks, right? You practice and play with the tools that you're using. And then when you're ready to do something you want to be formally hung up or something fancier, you've now played with your tools, no pun intended, and you try things out and see how they go, right? So this is beetroot on top of pewter and aloe green. This is on top, and this is with underneath. So pewter went on top of beetroot here, and aloe green went on top. So when you do it on top, right, you get a little bit more of the beetroot. So depending what color goes first, it changes things, and it shows up really nicely on this wonderful black paper. All right, so let's take a look back. This is the black version. This was our white version. See how the colors are different? You can definitely see the greener quality on the white. Here's our blue again, the denim, and the sepia. So yeah, very dramatic looking when it's done on the black, especially in these like lavenders and purples and light greens and grays. I mean, can you imagine what a great like gothic art you could do on the black with this? And then the same set of pencils on white, it creates like a more uplifting sort of springtime fairy. So it's like dark fairy, light fairy, right? I'm not sure I would use this set too much on denim because I think some of the colors might completely disappear on it. And then the sepia just, it's a very earthy sort of warmish look with these colors. All right, so that's our little playing around, just a quick video this week. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you're taking time to take a leap into art this week.